Hey everyone, I'm re-recording this lecture. It didn't work last time. There was like no volume on my for some reason on my Twitch account, so I'm using a headset this time. Um, so I just want to go over what we went over in class again real quick for anybody that wasn't able to see it or wants to review. First off, let's just go through the SolidWorks download instructions really quick, in case anybody hasn't been able to get it downloaded or get it working. So this code is the updated code that you're going to need to use for this quarter. So you're going to click this link right here. It's going to take you to uh, the SolidWorks website, where you go to download the software. And then obviously you have a code that ends in, or starts in 9020. So on this page, you're going to put in your name, first and last, email, and then you're going to select student, and you're going to check the box. I already have a serial number that starts with 9020, and check yes there. That's really important. If you check no, I think that might be why you're getting the 60-day trial thing. So you have to check yes right there. Um, Select the 2019-2020 version, and then click request download. So let's just go through this real quick. I'll type in my name so that we can go to the next page. All right. And then we're going to click request download. And on the next page, you're going to accept and continue. And then on this page, you're going to click download. And I'm not going to actually click it since I already have it on my computer, so I don't want to mess it up. But you're going to click download, and then you're going to get the download file. You're going to run that. It's probably going to be a zipped file. You're going to have to unzip it and run it. And then you're going to get like a box with prompts in it. You're going to just go through those prompts to download SolidWorks. So once you've had it downloaded, you're going to go to your start menu. You're going to scroll down. There's going to be a folder called SolidWorks. You'll probably have SolidWorks 2019 will be the name of your folder. So expand that, and then you're going to open the software by clicking this SolidWorks with the red cube that has an SW on it. So go ahead and click on that, and that's going to open the software for you. It takes a minute to get started. Um, oh, I already have it open, so that's why it won't reopen for me. So let's just try that again. I'm just going to close out. I'm going to go back to my start menu. We're going to scroll to SolidWorks. Okay, I guess it just opened for me. So we're here, but uh and it's not giving me that box. So let's close it. All right, one more try. Having some technical difficulties. So you're gonna go to your SolidWorks. You're gonna click that red cube, and it's gonna open. It's gonna take a second. Um, so we're just waiting for it to open here. So once it opens, you're going to have this box right here in the middle, and it's going to give you a few options. You can click Part, Assembly, Drawing, Advanced, and some other stuff on here. But for right now, we want to open a part. So we're going to click that to start a new part. And that's where you go to sketch a part. Um, so it's going to open up. You're going to see this blank screen here with menu across the top, a menu on the left, and a menu on the right. Right now, all we're worried about is this menu at the top here. So you want to be in the Sketch tab here. So it might open and start in the Features tab. You just click over to the Sketch tab. And then in the upper left, once you're in that tab, you're going to click Sketch. And it's going to show you these three planes. Now you can draw a sketch. It sketch is always 2 dimensions, and you can draw it in any of the three planes um, by clicking on that plane. So you'll see if I mouse over the right plane, it turns orange. Top plane turns orange if I put the mouse on that. Right now we're going to start in the front plane, so just go ahead and put your mouse anywhere on that front plane. It's easiest if you're up here in the left corner, and just click that plane and it'll go to there. So now you are in a plane and you're ready to start sketching. You always want to start your sketch at the origin, which is where these two little red arrows intersect right in the middle here. So when you hover your mouse over those two arrows, you'll see a little orange dot. That's where you want to start your sketch. So the next thing we're going to go over here is the sketch tools. So you've got a set of tools that you can use to make a sketch. Basically, they're just different ways of drawing your picture. Um, so the first option is a line. It's pretty simple. It's just um, a line. You can do a solid line. A center line is a dotted line, and usually you use that to mark the center of a shape. A midpoint line would be where you click, and then as you drag your mouse outward to continue your line, it's going to go in both directions. I'll show you what that looks like real quick. So we click here and we drag the mouse out. So you just, when you start a shape, you're going to do a single click and then let go. Single click with the left button. And then when you move the mouse after you've let go, it's going to draw your shape for you. But until you click again with the left click, it's gonna be loose. It's gonna follow your mouse. So you can make your line however you want. You drag your mouse around. So let's just do a horizontal line right now, and do that second click, and that's gonna pin the end of your line. So then after you've done that, it's going to let you continue a line, or if you hover back over that endpoint, it'll make an arc. So you can see I've got different kinds of arcs going here. But in order to stop, in order to just end the line, if you don't want to continue, you can hit your escape key on your keyboard, or you can just click again on that point and it'll let go. You might have to do it twice. Let's see. Okay, so you have to click twice without moving the mouse away to let go. I usually just use the escape key on my keyboard because it's a little easier. So then you can just check out of there. So now you've got a line. The next tool in our little toolkit here is a circle. I guess I should show you too. You can just do a line, a basic line that you start at the end. So let's start at the origin again. Click, and that's just going to give you a line from where you started. It's not going to go in 2 directions. You can tell when it's vertical because it does this dotted line thing. You can tell when it's horizontal because it does a similar dotted line. You can also do any kind of diagonal you want, but let's just do a vertical line here. All right, and then hit my escape key. All right, so the next tool is a circle. And you can do a center point circle. It's just called a circle, or a perimeter circle. A center point circle is where your first click is going to be the center of the circle. So we'll do that. We'll click right here at the end of this line and see how the circle grows out from the center point as you move your mouse away. A perimeter circle is where the edge of the circle is the first place you click. So you go here, you do a second click, and then you've got to do a third click to show it where you want your circle to go to. So that one requires a third click to let go of the circle. But it's useful if you want the edge of your circle touching whatever you're relating it to versus the center. Okay, this is a spline. It's basically a curve. These are kind of complicated, and we'll go into more detail about those later on in the quarter. But basically, it's a way to do kind of freeform curved lines. Um, we don't use those too often. That's a much more advanced feature. So we won't worry about that right now. But they're kind of cool. You can play around with it, see what you can do. You can kind of move the direction of the curve by moving these little arrows. Um, yeah, they come in kind of handy. But again, we're not going to go into a lot of detail right now because that's something that we're going to do later on. So let's delete some of these shapes and start with a clean slate now. Um, all right. So the next one is a rectangle. Pretty straightforward. We'll do a center rectangle. So when you start it, you're going to click, and then as you move the mouse out, it's going to go out from the center. And all the corners are going to be equidistant from that center point where you started. You can also do a corner rectangle, which starts at the corner, obviously. Let's actually do one. There we go. So click there. Oh, it's doing the center one. Corner rectangle is the first one. Okay. So this is a corner rectangle. We'll click here, and as you move the mouse out, it's going to go out from the corner instead of from the center. We'll delete those. You can, in order to delete a bunch of stuff, you can just click and drag to select it, and then just hit the delete key. All right. Arcs are basically partial circles. So like a center point arc, it's going to look kind of like you're drawing a circle. You're going to go out from the center, and then you're going to move your mouse around in a circle in order to create your arc. You can make it as long or as short as you want, but once you get back to that first point, it's going to start your arc over. So those are kind of cool. It's like a portion of a circle. Sorry. There's also a tangent arc, which is going to be, okay, I need to have something to be tangent to with a tangent arc, so let's make a line here. So a tangent arc is basically a tangent off of another shape or a line. And so that's pretty straightforward too. You can drag it around, make it have as big or small as you want in any direction you want. An ellipse, again, pretty straightforward. We're going to start here. It's going to look like a circle. And then once you click the end point of your ellipse, then you drag to make it as wide as you want. All right. So let's stop there for today because that's probably all pretty overwhelming. But go ahead when you get SolidWorks downloaded, go in and play with these different shapes. The assignment this week is going to be making 3-dimensioned drawings using any of these shapes, but your drawings have to have at least 6 lines, arcs, or whatever you want. And they all have to be dimensioned. So I'll show you how to do that too real quick. Let's make a line. And the way to dimension a shape is you're going to hover over it, you're going to click, and you're going to see this box right here. The dimension button is the 2 vertical lines with the little arrows between them that I've got my mouse on right now. So you're going to click that, and it's going to bring up this box, and in that box you're going to go ahead and enter whatever dimension you want. So it looks like the length I made that line is about 0.05 meters. Let's make it exactly 0.05 meters. And so there, now we have a dimensioned line. You'll see after you dimension something, it turns black, whereas if it's not dimensioned, it's blue. So let's draw a circle real quick. And that's a tangent circle. So see how the outside of this circle is blue? Obviously when you hover over anything, it's going to turn orange, but when you don't have the mouse on something, If it's blue, that means it's not dimensioned. So we can go ahead and do the same thing with this circle. We're going to click the edge. We're going to click this little dimension button. Oh, and it moved it on me. Sometimes things do that when you click on them and it's a little annoying, but we're going to say 0.05 again. This is a little weird because it's a tangent circle. So the 0.05 is the diameter. That's what this little circle with a line through it means. Most of you probably know that. But the diameter of the circle is 0.05, which you can see is about the same as that line right there. Let's see if we take the, I don't think we can move it at this point because it's already dimensioned. But you can see that this line is about the same distance as all the way across this circle. And obviously they are because I gave them the same dimension. That's how you dimension your parts. And then one last thing you can do, we'll talk about trimming entities real quick. So let's make a rectangle. Let's make another rectangle that overlaps it. Say you want to make these one continuous shape. You can trim away the overlapping lines so that they are one continuous shape. And the way you do that is trim entities, and you're going to go trim to closest down here at the bottom. And then you're just going to click the lines that you want to get rid of. And now you have one continuous shape. And this has one, two, three. This has 8 lines in it. So this would be okay for uh, one of your 3 drawings for your homework assignment. We want something with at least 6 lines or arcs. I do want to see a little more variety. So if you just do 3 of this, I probably won't give you 100%, but go ahead and play around. Use different types of shapes and make them look different. And just try and, get familiar with the software here and get a little more comfortable. If you're feeling adventurous, you can go into different menus and stuff, but be prepared to have things act broken on you and have to save without closing if you do that, because it's pretty complicated. Sometimes I even will be like, oh, I'm going to try this feature out, and it completely destroys my drawing. So, so you never, I mean, you don't know until you try it, but you're not going to know exactly what a feature is going to do. If you want to, look it up, your textbook is a really good reference for stuff like that. Um, and you know, you can always come to me with questions, no matter how random. Yeah, let me know how that goes. Your lab will be due by next Tuesday at midnight. I gave you all an extra 24 hours since I'm 24 hours late in posting this. And hopefully I'll have my technical issues figured out after this week, so it'll be a lot easier. But anyway, yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'll be keeping an eye on Canvas and emails, so either one of those is a good way to get a hold of me. And I'll be in the lab tomorrow, Wednesday, from 3:30 to 7:30. So if you're able to come in then, if you have any questions or concerns, or if you want to go over anything else, feel free to stop by and see me. And I'll talk to you all soon. See some of you tomorrow, hopefully all of you next week for our lecture. All right, thanks, guys.